cats do that shit. Like, you know, nibble like another cat's tail or something like that. But then again, I also, like, Sheila was a solo dog. I only had her by herself. And when she was around other dogs, she was really polite. So, yeah, I never saw her do any, like, nipping or biting or anything like that of anybody else. Okay, mate. We got another car coming in. Look. You want to go, mate? Oh, fuck that. You could probably get me from here, actually. The flying fuck is going on here? Oh, the other guy. I forgot about the other guy. Of course I forgot about you. I have one shot to, like, get this guy. I think he's trying to get on the roof. Oh, man. Actually, speaking of chaos, fucking Trantha was here from the start of stream. He was the first person to speak. It was wild. I'm gonna heal myself. It's obviously where his car is. Wonder if you're on the roof. You're definitely on the roof. Oh, for sure. Why is there another guy coming in here? What the fuck is going on? Is there... Oh, yeah. Actually, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Oh, come on. I've got the M24, and in a moment, that's all I'm going to have. Because I have one shot in this fucking shoddy. And I'm outside the zone. I've got to get up there. You know what I should have done? I should have taken my buggy. Where is it? I'm pretty sure he parked next to it. There it is. I wonder if I can get to that. There's another car there. It would be great. He's going to be on the roof for sure. Yep. There we go. Kind of can't shoot me through the back of the vehicle. I know that much. I'm going to go on long round. Oh, man. So rude. Is that how dare you take first spot? Off to playing Sophia. You know, the funny thing is I considered adding Ian a redeem for first. You know? My only thing with that is that I kind of want something that somebody can redeem, like, after, like, being in the game, like, after being in stream for, like, an hour or something. But I can't make something that only enables, like, an hour into stream. Like, you know, like a progressive type of achievement thing. I need to get in here because I need fucking guns, ammo, the works. Oh, mate, I heard you. Do not think I did not hear you. I see you peeking, you piece of shit. Absolute garbage fucking person. Let me go running here. Yeah, I saw you. Look at him. Look at him. Fucking piece of shit. Sorry. I understand what he's doing. Oh, please don't follow me up here. No. I do not need this. You know what I could probably do? I'm gonna get run over. I know I'm gonna get run over. Guy can have this place, okay? Oh, he's coming up in there too. I can hear you moving around, mate. Shoddy ammo. Please give me reload. Reload. I can pick it up and reload. Look, I don't know quite where this guy stopped. Either way, I'm not safe in here. Holy spit, but I have got grenades now. I'll get the extra helmet. I'll run. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to see me soon. But my theory is if I can just get the fuck away from that guy that's got himself a little nest, it should be slightly safer. There we go. It's terrible, but still. To Trantha walk the plank. No, Trantha was the first person to talk tonight. So Grim's a little salty about the fact that he got first. Oh, fucking 8 times scope. 4 times scope and all sorts of shit. Hold on. Yeah, aside from that, I mean, yeah, welcome in. Look back. Like 4 players. Look, you're not wrong. You're seriously not wrong. I actually made him an emote that he could probably use for that to perpetuate it. Thanks, I'm here. It's kind of rested. Nice. I was wondering how your foot was. I don't know if you heard me yesterday. I was asking you about it. But, yeah, I hope you're doing alright, Methless. I'm just barely in the zone, and I kind of want to go over this way. Snuggles, wolf plush, waiting till happily. And wakes up. Oh. Oh, did you tell you about that? Still healing? No, you didn't end up responding. I asked it like right at the end of stream, so I figured that you might have already like left by that point in time. But yeah, I was wondering how it was going because I'm like, I know you were in a great deal of pain like last week when you were streaming and stuff. It was really, really obvious. I thought I'd just find out how you're doing, you know. Might leave that here too. I don't need that. Alright, I could probably get rid of my backpack if that's the case. It'll let me sit a lot lower than everybody else. Yeah, earlier, wagging to happier. There's a lot going on over there. There's also a car coming in from behind me. I don't like that. The heaviest thing I've ever dropped on my foot. Look, it sounded fucking insane. I'm amazed that you don't have, like, broken skin and shattered toes and all kinds of stuff. This guy's slowly coming up here. This is a problem. My gear is mostly good. There's somebody over that way. If I had kept going, I would have got killed. Oh man. It looks at tail. Yeah, I was wondering if I can... When people bite your tail, are you okay with it? Because I've seen a few people do that lately. And I don't know what you think. I'm sure you're probably not bothered by it. But yeah, I don't know what that registers as for wolves. Like communication-wise. It's just one of those things. I don't know. Oh my god, that person has the fucking roach. Okay, well, unless that gets destroyed, I'm not winning this. If anybody that doesn't know, you can, like, let me stand in a spot. Where's my map? So you can call in these two things, right? Somebody's called in the vehicle, which I refer to as the roach, and then you can get, like, special drops and shit. The only way I'm going to get in there is going that way, and there's, like, 4 people here, because it's a good spot. And realistically, if I go back and around, there's a good chance I might die to the guy that, like, saw me earlier. So I'm going to leave that open. I'm going to fucking run. I have to go through a little bit outside of the zone. Here we go. Now, I don't think I'm going to, like, you know, make it through this right, Paul. I'm gonna, let's start that again. If you're okay with people, like, if you're not bothered with people, like, nibbling on your tail and stuff, hello, mate, then left paw it. If you're bothered by it, right paw. Oh, fuck, I'm stuck. Left paw. Yeah, I figured you weren't bothered by it. I just wanted to check. I think there's a guy, was a guy here, but I guess he's got the car. Fucking lucky him. I kind of might honestly grab my buggy, but there's just not enough room to drive around here. And I don't know if this guy is still in here. I assume he is. I assume this guy never left. There. You see that, Roach? Do you see that? That's a problem. I think he's stuck like that. Hold on. I was going to die anyway, but still. That's where that guy went to. Fucking hell. I do not know what the fuck was going on then. Oh yeah, more points have been contributed towards the community goal of removing the 7 days to die progressive spawning. I was actually saying earlier today that if more than 4 people are contributing to that a day, we might actually be able to get to it by next. I think it's 6 people a day would have to contribute to get it before next Friday, give or take. It'd be quite a lot, but that would be nuts. Imagine that. I would have to run around with like bears and lions and everything just randomly exploring. Worst case scenario is if it's not next Friday during the affiliate anniversary event, then it's gonna be like the last Monday of the month, and that's gonna be hell. I honestly did think of potentially playing it again on like Wednesday or something, but I sort of, in a sense, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to like play it too much before like the next like release comes out. Also, I did find out another new thing about the 7 days release, by the way. Not really spoilerish, I wouldn't say. But you know how like a lot of people kind of know where like you can find like a cooking pot and other stuff in around certain houses. Like you know where certain POIs have certain stuff if you kind of play that way. So apparently now everything is random. So any house, anywhere, could have a cooking pot and other items like that. So if you've gone for, say, a beaker to Bob's Bores, like we all kind of know you could kind of get a beaker from Bob's Bores, right? Or that pharmacy place, the big tower in the city, the Hirashi Tower or whatever, then you should be able to find it elsewhere. So that was something I found out too. I thought that was kind of interesting because, yeah, like, I've never purposely gone to a specific house with the view that, oh, this place will have a cooking pot. I've never really put two and two together. I just find them by chance. I'm not really paying attention. But a lot of people are like, crap, like, how am I going to find my resources quickly? And it's like, oh, people actually do this. Like, obviously, everybody plays differently, so I thought that might be something. Sweet time to find some canned food in the toilet. Look, what people. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. That was going to go somewhere incredibly bad. I know better. I know when to shut up sometimes. Fucking hell. That was going to be probably the worst sentence of my life. Oh yeah, I worked out earlier that I've done something like, what was it, 427 or something? No, 800 and I think it's 800 and something hours of streaming now, just nuts. And more than 200 streams as well. So I thought that was kind of cool to share with you guys. Just think it's only been like, it's not even been a year and a half, and I've streamed that fucking much. Oh, there's a car right here. I missed that. I completely missed that too. I think, hey, maybe this fast food place, home, etc. might have a cooking pot. I hope they keep some logic in the randomness. Look, I hope so too, because yes, I agree with that. I think the thing is, like, if you go to a fast food restaurant, I would want to hope that I find a lot of food and not a lot of like paper or books or some kind of random shit, you know. But then again, it is Fun Pimps, so you know, what's the worst that they could do with it? Like, legitimately, what's the worst we all think that Fun Pimps could do with the game? Apart from, like, potentially locking in something that, like, they refuse to change after release. Get their logic out the window. And it keeps left paw raised, then lowers it. There's tail. Left paw raised, lowers it. Tail stops wagging, forces to sleep wolf plush. I kind of forgot to, like, say you could put your fucking paw down. You were right to put your paw down anytime, Viken. So I was thinking of this earlier, right? You know how we're always like saying, oh man, I wish games these days would be like the old things where like, you know, they make a game and it doesn't really change. And I'm like, could you imagine what a game in this day and age would look like if the creators didn't really take the input of the players' consideration into how they build the game? And I stopped myself mid-sentence when I was having that thought earlier and I went, wait a minute. That's exactly what 7 days is. Like, they changed it for how they wanted, but realistically, they don't give a fuck about like the player input. And I'm like, that's exactly what a game would look like in this day and age. Like, we've had an example this whole time and I've never known. Yeah. Because like they will change things, but they'll change things at their own discretion. Like I don't know. I kind of hate to see them go, okay, well, it's released now and we're not going to change anything. In one sense, I'd hate that. In another sense, like, that's kind of the point. Sort of the point. Mate. Bad time to walk out of that house, mate. I actually thought there was somebody up there with me, but I guess not. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of think there's been a few things over time. Thanks. I've had actually a couple of good shots tonight that have been like, what the fuck? Yeah, I kind of think there's times where Fun Pimps have removed something. Like, I sort of hoped on some level. There they are. Yeah, muzzle flash does exist. I'm not going to get them from here. Let's try it anyway. Hold on. Could you just imagine if I killed this person from here? I'd just be like, no. Anyway, I kind of had hoped that even with the like water catcher things, I really do wish that they'd bring back glass jars. Like, just for the sense of, you know, logically speaking, if you shack up at a water tower, right, and you go to, say, I don't know, the water catchment thing on the roof, and you decide to grab yourself a glass of water, I mean, logically speaking, that should be safe drinking, right? Like, yeah, you might have to still boil it because it's still stagnant water. But still, like, I believe that you should be able to get water from certain sources. Because, I mean, if you were in a survival situation... Oh, you crafty piece of shit. You came up behind me. Yeah, if you were in a survival situation out in the woods or something, maybe it's not glass. Maybe it's like, you know, one of those like drinking bladders. I don't know how many people know about this, but I watch like all sorts of weird shit on the internet. And one of the things that I've seen a few times, because the algorithm thinks that I'm way into it, is like these drinking bladder things where people go up to like a really gnarly looking stream and not actual, like, not like a Twitch stream, like an actual river, right? And they take like a I don't know, a bag full of water, and then they go string it up on a tree. The way it's supposed to work is you like pop this tablet in. I think it's like a flock tablet or whatever, and it kind of like forces a little crap to kind of filter down to bottom. So as the water drains, it's not got particulates all through it. It catches in the filter, right? And the way that it's supposed to work is that you filter the water so it's mostly clear, and then you boil it. And that's how you get clean drinking water out in the wild, right? I wouldn't mind something like that, like a survival bladder. I think that would be epic because it makes fucking sense. And like, you could have that as part of your rainwater catchment system. Like, you would need to have like a drinking bladder thing to go and collect water from a stream or whatever, and then from there you can bottle it, kind of thing. Or you'd have to bring it home and like boil it after filtering it. Like, anything like that would be cool. Just something, because I don't think that in a survival situation, like, you just limit yourself to, oh, did it rain this week or not? Oh, geez, I don't have water. I guess I'll just die. Like, that's what it feels like. It's silly. I'm sorry. But it is, right? Like, that's how I feel about it. I just feel like there's so many, like, things that they could bring in creatively, and I just don't know if maybe the Fun Pimps team, if they're just not, like, outdoorsy, or if they just don't fucking spend any time watching the internet. I feel like they don't spend any time watching the internet, honestly. But, yeah, I kind of feel like they're lacking on a few things they could bring in that would be insane and make the game, like, really actually quite crafty. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe after this apocalypse thing has happened, maybe plastics don't work as well. That's why you always get like scrap plastics and shit. I don't know. Maybe that was something that strangely biodegraded in their world was plastic on like a really heavy level. They really wanted to encourage dew collector use, so eliminated most other options. I understand that. I felt the same way. I think that the only way they were going to get anybody to use a dew collector was by getting rid of it. In the same way with RimWorld, that the only way they could get anybody to use a pen was to make it that the animals would roam and leave the map. Right? I get how and why they've done it, but I really think that now that it's in place, they should either bring back something to complement it, or they should bring back something as like a secondary that's maybe more difficult to use. Like maybe if you take glass jars out and then you have to fight zombies, there's a chance they'll break. Like that. That way there's not always a chance that you're gonna go and get water, or that, you know, it's best not to take like 120 something fucking glass jars to a river in case you have to fight a zombie or whatever, right? Like any of that could be interesting and fun. Like maybe like the plastic bottles that you get in like the water coolers. Like imagine that they're reusable. Those are reusable, right? Because you can crumple them down and store them in your backpack when you run around, and when you want to fill them, you just like inflate them a bit. Like logic. um like any of that stuff would be epic. Like these are the things that I think about with 7 Days to Die. Like it's not something I actively think about when I'm playing it, but when I think about what they've done, any of these seem logically better than what they've done to me. Obviously, I'm biased in my opinion, but I just don't know if they don't have that creative inspiration kind of thing. Like I said, like I don't think they spend their time like, you know, watching shit on the internet the way that we do. But still, I just think that like you have plastic bottles in the game. There's not much reason to use them unless you want to have pure water or whatever for extra stamina, extra hydration, right? So a way to force people to want to use those is that you can only be found on the map. They can't be crafted. If you do happen to find them, you can reuse them to fill up water, which of course you can't boil in that container. Like you have to put it into a cooking pot to boil it. And then that might take extra time because it has to actually cool down before you can put it in a plastic container, unless you shrink the fucking container. Again, like that stuff. I don't know. I sometimes like think of this stuff and I'm like, I don't know if maybe it's too hard of a mechanic for them to add, or like I said, if it's just something where they just don't have the creativity for it to bring it in. It could be that it's really, really hard to bring in a feature like that, or something. I don't know. I imagine that making the game would be very hard. The other thing too is I was actually testing out how much my games use like processing power and shit. And something I found was really funny is that out of all of my games, 7 Days absolutely fucking uses the most. Like RimWorld barely uses like a gig of RAM. I come back here, mate. Yeah, RimWorld barely uses a gig. Doom uses even less. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. Wait, did you break a window? I don't know where he went. Yeah, Doom uses less. RimWorld's like a gig. 7 Days. It's like 7 gigs of RAM or something just to fucking open the game. I see you, mate. I'm not going to get you from there, though. I don't have a gun for that. Yeah, I was bemused by that. I'm like, god damn. Like, I do hope that they optimize that. Because I would love to be able to absolutely crank up the zombies and have it not be chugging, you know? That would be nuts. I would love that so much. Imagine being able to jump into the game and be swarmed by like just fucking dozens of zombies and know that, oh, you're not going to crash, or you don't need a super powerful computer or any of that stuff, right? That'd be just great. I might put that on this. This side takes a long time to load for me, so I would prefer having hundreds of zombies. Somebody's out there. Yeah, like 7 days isn't too bad for me. to load up. Like I normally load it right before, like as I'm like writing my go live messages and stuff, right, for stream. Wrong gun. Oh, the two. I was intersected there. That was shit. Mind you, I swapped over my gun and that was a fail. But yeah, like it doesn't take me too long to load. At the moment, with the 1.5 update, RimWorld is taking ages to like load a file save, as opposed to how it was before the update. It was supposed to improve it, but I don't see it being an improvement at the moment. And I don't know if that's because I'm trying to load into the corrupt map, or like once that's gone, if things are going to get better. But 7 days. 7 days isn't really a problem. It does take a bit to go from like the hit play button, right, to actually getting into the game. That takes a little bit of time. And yes, the longer you play it, the longer that takes, which is annoying. And yeah, I prefer hundreds of zombies. I think a lot of us would, because that would make sense. Like there's billions of people on the earth, right? So fundamentally, there should be, if a plague like this happened, quite a lot of people should be zombies. Like progressively by the state and time that our character wakes up in the game, there should be just copious amounts of zombies, kind of thing. I do still think it would be pretty cool if there was like a decay mode that, like, after a while they'd decay, because there would still be a level of fresh zombies. But obviously that wouldn't work in the long run of playing like 7 days for a long time, kind of thing. Loading the file safe, yeah. Yeah. I was wondering about that because, like, I didn't think that would be too much of a problem. But yeah, it would be nice if they optimized that. Maybe, like, even if they took it down by like half, or if they brought in twice the content for the same amount of like resources, I'd be cool with that too. That would be nice, because at the moment, as far as like, if I have a look, I know we're muted for a second. Give me my mouse game. Give me that. Give me my task manager. My face internet. Oh yeah. Let's see. This is using 3 gigs, right? So it's not too bad. Let me go to my performance. Yeah, I'm currently using 17 gigs of 32 gigs of RAM, right? Now, when I opened up RimWorld, I was on 20 to 21. When I opened up Doom, I was on like 16 to 20. Like, it fluctuated a little bit. It wasn't much. And 7 days was at like 26 gigs. It was a lot. It was like 26, 27, and I was only dealing with like 1 or 2 zombies at the time when I was testing it. So it's like, what the fuck? I understand a lot of people have explained it's the polygons and stuff, but still, what is improvement? They improved the loading time, increased the waiting of 5 minutes, so you have to wait 25 minutes. So it's classified as an improvement. It's not like it's 25 minutes to load in at the moment. So if it's 5 minutes to load in at the moment and they improved it, 2 minutes would be acceptable, kind of thing. So progress. I'm talking more like, for instance, if it took the exact same amount of resources and time to load into the game as it does right now for 7 days to die, what I would love to see is when I load in to have like absolutely amazing like graphics for that. And like, it doesn't have to be fucking, knock my socks off. Like, I don't need to try and throw my ass about that. But look, it needs to at least be like a little bit nicer, smoother than it is. And I would like to see a lot more zombies and kind of, I don't know, level of fucking enrichment in the game would be amazing. But obviously, if they don't want to increase it, alternatively, I'd like to see them kind of like optimize what they already have, kind of thing, so that what they've got runs better. That would also be nice, because I'm concerned that for all of their like visual improvements that they want to bring in, I'm concerned a little bit that they may not necessarily optimize the game for that. So what you end up with is, yes, you do have all kinds of like, I don't know, visuals and stuff, but then the game, like, then you have to turn the zombies way down or something, like the amount that you're dealing with. I could see them doing something like that because it's like, I feel like fun pimps themselves would probably just upgrade the computer to deal with like more chugging. Whereas the average kind of user, yes, if you really love a game, you'll definitely like upgrade your computer and stuff to play more. But most people just do not have that availability to do so. Either the computer might be too old and incompatible with like the upgrade that they require to be able to do it, or they might just simply not have the kind of like funding that they need to be able to just do that. You know, like I can see that being like issues. Nice to smooth the zombie dogs. I think the zombie dogs are supposed to look wetter than ever. I don't know what it is with fucking game designers. They seem to think that like the wetter something is, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand the joke. But like the wetter the fucking creature is in a game, apparently the better it is. And I'm just like, I was talking about this with Diablo last night. I'm like, Diablo 2, the original game, right? Everything was like really dry everywhere. It was great. But then if you go to like Diablo 2 Resurrected graphics, everything's like really wet everywhere all the time. Like the floor all throughout the world of Diablo is like a constant perpetual state of damp. And I'm just like, I don't know. I live in Australia. It's pretty fucking dry here. So it just feels like really unnatural to me. Obviously, the world of like spawning demons and shit is supposed to be kind of unnatural. Kind of the point. But still, you know, trying to find a grenade here because I know there's a guy over there. I guess there's no. Mate, the fuck you doing? Can I go up? Is that a grenade? I guess not. I can hear him prime me another grenade. I just don't know where he is. He might have gone up. The last time I went into one of these places, somebody was all the way at the top and they like used that to their advantage. There he is. Hi, mate. I don't know quite where you are. Let me take this other 8x scope because I don't want nobody else to have it. There you are. Hi. Love how it had a choice then. Oh, fuck off. I got you that time. Let's go for your fucking torso. I try not to go for torso because he's got armor. I can go for a face kill and do a little bit better, but that wasn't going to work for me then. All right. No. Climb back up. I want to see where this bastard went that time. Because there was one guy who got up here and went like all the way up to tippy top. By the way, there's a vest back down there I need to get. There's grenades and shit up here. Yeah, so he got all the way up into the roof, and I guess that's how you do it. It's up there. There's another fucking 8x scope. What the shit? I have 3 8x scopes. I do not need that many. Somebody running in here. Hold up. I grabbed that grenade. Actually, the only thing I am concerned about is their zombie wolves they're bringing in. I don't really like the idea of that. I think wolves in the game is I think the wolves in the game is kind of enough of a problem. Hi. But yeah, I can honestly see like the what do you call it? The dire wolves becoming the zombie wolves are gonna be like a bit like horrifying. Dang you, Rockapillar. Thank you, Methless. There is one more guy in here. I just don't know quite where he went. Like I said, I've had like a couple of really, really great like shots here and there. I can't believe I got him then. A little too close. Nah, I won't get you down in the pit.